I just spent the past 10 minutes trying to figure out lighting because I'm a broadcasting major and I should, care about that. But the problem is when I try to light myself on fire, no matter what I do, my eyes always come up dark, even though I have green eyes. As you know, I don't know why I'm telling you I have green eyes. Aesthetic! What I'm going to start doing is I'm going to start writing down points that you say in your video and responding them back to you. But I didn't do that this time, so I'm going to have to go from memory, which, as you know, is not great. I have my spinny chair from my room. Wow, and then I slide out frame. But there's that. What did I do last since Wednesday? What happened since Wednesday? Oh, we did a PSA, and we didn't shoot anybody, but we filmed a PSA about diabetes, and we had the cutest little kid ever. Oh my gosh. We had him say this line where he was like, we wanted him to say, I'm gonna have this for the rest of my life, and Elena directed him to be like kind of be sad about it, and he says it, and he's like, I'm gonna have this for the rest of my life, and he's like 7, and it just breaks your heart. And me, Elena, and Steve all collectively went, oh, like you can hear it in the audio, like in the take, like us waiting a second and then being like, oh my god, this is good. He was really great to work with. I mean, he's a 7-year-old, so he's bouncing off the walls anyway, but he was still really great. And then we went to Steve's house, and his mom made the best spaghetti and meatballs I had in a really long time. Like, you know how I talk about my grandmother's spaghetti and meatballs that I haven't had since like senior year of high school? Like that. The meatballs tasted exactly like I was having a spiritual experience. The entire time I'm in front of a group of people I don't really even know, just like essentially moaning into my food, saying, oh my god, over and over. But luckily they found that charming and adorable. I ride that fine line of being adorable and really weird. I'm watching my language. What else? Friday we went out, to a little soiree. There was not from Friday the 13th, from Halloween, the guy with the machete and the mask, there was just like a statue of him in the backyard. And you know me. So I kept an eye on that thing all night. I didn't put my back towards it at all. Actually, I did at one point. But I was not aware that I put my back towards it. I actually met someone, that's right. I met someone, one of my roommate's friends is from Mays Landing and went to Oakcrest. I'm so bad with names. I've met her twice. I know her name. She's really nice. And we talked about Galloway and Mays Landing and, our school's rivalry. She admits that you guys suck at sports, so there's that. Slowcrest and or Hopecrest. Then Saturday, which was yesterday, I essentially did nothing all day. Elena and I watched movies. We watched Across the Universe. Haven't seen it in such a long time. And then Elena she Googled worst Netflix movies, and she found Poultrygeist, Night of the Chicken Dead. Don't ever look it up. I know it sounds like it's like a scary, like parody kind of thing. I saw too many naked male butts in the first 15 minutes than I ever cared to. Oh, little scarred. Just don't do it. You're gonna Google it. I know you. You're gonna look it up. But it was absolutely ridiculous. The one girl in it, though, kind of looks like she could be related to Katie Holmes. So now you're definitely gonna look it up. Yeah, I want to they have these things I'm probably not going to get them, but maybe I'll ask for them for Christmas. Actually, speaking of Christmas, I know it's a while away, but I wanted to figure out I'm trying to talk to my mom. I want to see you and Maddie, and I want to go to Chicago, so I want to see if I can make like a big loop instead of, actually, getting things for Christmas. I mean, obviously it's my mother, so she's going to want me to open. I told her that, and she's like, you don't want to open presents under the tree? What are you going to open under the tree? Sometimes I think she forgets that I'm nearly 21 years old, but I mean, it's sweet, so I mean, I'm okay with it. But yeah, I mean, I think I'd rather travel and do those things. Because I mean, what do I really need? I mean, I need like socks and maybe a couple gift cards like to restaurants so I can eat food. Like that. This is how I know I'm becoming an adult, because I'm asking for socks for Christmas. Because if you remember, the laundry machines here just eat your socks. And especially because I wear Vans, so I have those little half socks. They're just gone. I should just hand wash them, but I'm not gonna hand wash them. But yeah, I want to see if I can make a big loop and see all of you guys, because I really miss all of you, and I really want to check out Chicago and do all that. So we'll see. I'll obviously let you know, because I'm gonna need to sleep over. But anyway, what I was saying is they have these lights that you can do 3-point lighting with your desktop. So it's essentially made for people who, I guess, vlog or do videos like this. And it's really cool, and I want to see if I can get it. And if not, like, I have a purple desk lamp that's lighting my face right now. I'm trying to use that as backlight, and it's probably just watching me out. But that would probably be all I would really ask for, is that and some movie tickets, plane tickets. I mean, movie tickets cost a fortune anyway, so maybe I should ask for movie tickets, but But speaking of movies, I went to go see This Is Where I Leave You, which is rated R. So I went up to the booth and I said, one for This Is Where I Leave You, please. And she mumbled something, and I'm like, excuse me? And she says, I need to see your ID. And I don't really think about it, and I try to get it out of my wallet. She sees I'm struggling with it. She's like, okay, you're fine. And then I walk over and I think about it for a minute, and I'm 20 years old, and I just got ID'd because I look like I couldn't possibly be 17. Are you kidding me? That woman had to look at me and be like, nah, she doesn't look like she's 17. She looks probably like 15. Great. Meanwhile, Elena is behind me, and she doesn't get carded. I got carded at a movie theater, whereas in 6 months I'm going to constantly get carded for not looking like I'm 21. Great. And that whole thing about you not talking about your feelings one day. You won't know when it's coming. I could need to talk about your feelings a couple times. Because I know you don't like to, but like, to the extent that I do. Because if I don't talk about my feelings, I get anxious, I guess would be a word. Yeah, I get anxious, or it just leads to me constantly second guessing myself, or guessing how people are viewing me or thinking about me. So I need to get my feelings out there in the open, and that's why I have to talk about my feelings. But yeah, that's why I have to talk about my feelings, and it's totally cool. It is totally cool that you don't want to talk about your feelings. That I will never judge you for that, but there are also going to be times where I love you, but you do need to talk about things sometimes. Sometimes. You don't have to tell me every emotion that you have ever had, but there are some times where you're going to need to open up to me, and I will be here. It might come like once or like every 2 years, but that's fine. I will wait, and I will be here for you when you need me. Because someday, you're going to need to talk about your feelings, because you're going to meet a boy that you really, really like, and you're going to need to talk about it. So, guess who you're going to come to? Me. Speaking of boys, I made out with Zac Efron and Harry Styles. Okay. I mean, I'm not really a fan of Zac Efron. Like, I get it. I understand why people are attracted to him. But even back, like, in High School Musical, I didn't get the hype. I mean, I guess if I had to make out with him. If I was, single and available and the time was right. Yes. Harry needs a haircut, because now we have the same haircut. Could you imagine me if I was actually dating Harry Styles and us taking pictures together after I got my haircut? It is the exact same thing. But I digress. No, I'm glad that we're doing these. I'm glad that you're excited to do these, and you're totally right. We had talked about doing these videos, and the timing was just never right. And granted, I am really busy now. God, I'm so busy. But I think I personally, I think I need this, because I miss you so much, and I feel like maybe there's not always enough time to talk on the phone, and because when we talk on the phone, it's not going to be a once a week phone call. It's going to be a once every couple weeks phone call, which would require sitting down and really obviously we're still going to call each other, but sitting down and really talking about everything. And maybe this way we'll stay more in the loop, because it's going to be week to week. But for like the little things, the little stories that, like, you know, typically I'd come home and I'd tell you about, I can't really do that anymore. So it'll be nice to be able to do that and do this. And I'm glad that you're psyched up about it, and I'm glad you cleaned your room. If you plan a little bit this way, there's a pile of clothes that I moved from there because it was not aesthetically pleasing. And I made my bed. I love you very much, and I'm really glad we're doing these, and I'm glad that you're doing well. And I also hate you for telling me the whole story about your blood work. So, I love you. I said that like 3 times in the past minute, but I do, because you know why? I talk about my emotions. So I love you, and bye.